And I remember starting to cry.
It is time for the policymakers to hear our voice.
We were working on that play that was called Why Did the Earth Stop Spinning? And I went up to my teacher and I was like, this can't be true. Like, this is just a play, right? She was like, no, Lucie, this is what's happening. And I was like, what? It was a really funny play, but like with a very strong environmental message. And I had the role of the earth. And I remember starting to cry.
Climate change, to me personally and to my family and community, it's that we basically rely on farming, and our farming is on subsistent farming just to feed the family. We always have 6 months of rains, but now that does no longer happen. It can go as high as 44 degrees. We have people risking their life, having to go for long distance to fetch water to come and give it to their kettles in their homes, because the kettles can no longer move to the riverside because there's no water there for them. And so it got to some point that my father and mother farm, but the food was not able to cater for the entire family. So it's really difficult for those impacted by this climate change for their voice to be heard. Our voices are not heard. Who knows about us? And so it's something that is affecting us a lot. Not only the rainfall pattern, not only agriculture, but even living conditions is very hard. And this has affected the kind of employment activities that we carry on in Ghana. So we have millions of graduating from universities with different backgrounds, but have no jobs to do, because this have gone a long way to affect the companies that would have established within the agriculture chain to employ a lot of graduates are no longer getting the source of rainfalls that they are supposed to. And so we have unemployment levels rising day in, day out, and living conditions badly. So climate change is really a big issue.
Yeah. Do you think they take actions, or they're willing to take more actions?
So currently, I have over 400 women in Ghana working on that project to develop a vocational skills training, to develop something that would not litter the environment to cause more harm. And our products are basically to replace plastics. Do you think people conceive something about climate change from how you were experiencing it? How do you think people conceive that idea?
There's been floods in Brisbane that destroyed so much, and people got suddenly very, very concerned about climate change, right? And as soon as the water level started to lower, they didn't do anything about it. I want to do more, and I'm like getting really frustrated by how my body and my mind is limiting me, and I want to just share it and shout on the roofs and be like, do something about it. It can be more than a job, or it can be more than like being involved in something. This is our life. It doesn't stop at 5 p.m. at the end of the day.
I feel like there's a barrier that if we can break that barrier of the youth voice to be heard, that we have like youth forums and seminars for people to engage in. It is time for the policymakers to hear our voice, and our voice can only be heard through the media. Yeah.
I think I really admire you, and like what you've been doing, I think is amazing. So I just want to say congrats.